Okay, so Dr. Alpesh,
So,
thank you so much
been a
for
long
joining.
time. We had a face-to-face talk.
Yes, very long time, many
Yeah,
months. Yeah. So, welcome to this talk,
yeah.
and I have already given your introduction to everyone,
Oh, very
um,
nice.
and we are very happy to have you for this talk. So, this talk is all about technology, और पहला आज का technical glitch देख ही लिया है हमने. So, so
Technical
I,
people have technical glitches.
yeah, definitely. But the good thing is that we did it finally.
Yeah,
Okay. So we'll start your interview. So
yeah,
my first question is, we all know that you are the head sales director of Synergy Homeopathic India. You are a senior homeopath. You have a very busy OPD. I have seen you, doing cases day and night with your laptop, and you manage so many things. You go here and there. You travel across the world. You travel in India so much, to this city, to that state, all the time,
yeah.
and still you are able to manage your busy practice, your family and everything. So tell me, what is the role of technology and softwares in your busy schedule as a clinician?
Right. So, firstly, I thank that you took this initiative because this is an unexplored territory.
Yes.
We have people going in seminars and speaking about how this cure is done, that cure is done, but what happens behind the scenes, no one knows.
True. Right.
How different technology help, how different gadgets help us, how all these things are motivating us to become a better person if you see it that way.
Yes, definitely. And I want to tell you one thing, that, for me also, because nowadays I use Synergy software, and you are the person who has, motivated me, inspired me to use, because in
Yeah,
2013, for the first time, I got my laptop, and you only told me that
yeah.
ho jayega, you should take it. And, before that, I was a manual person, completely manual repertories and everything. So it was very difficult for me
Right.
initially, and I, as you must remember, that I told you that मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा ये, and you said नहीं
Yeah,
नहीं, you can start. So that was really
right.
motivational. And nowadays also, when I go and share my experiences with the software, I tell people that I was also like you before, and I was also very reluctant to use these softwares and technology. तो अभी अभी बहुत अच्छा हो गया है, like I have grown a lot with the use of software and everything.
Yeah.
So tell us your journey.
So, see, technology was new to me also once upon a time when, I was an intern and I started my practice at a time when I had just a couple of repertories and couple of materia medicas.
Mm-hmm.
And I also had this knack of, using technology because uh, back then when we were students, we had simple mobiles. So we used to have some technical problems in those mobiles. We used to have some technical issues in those mobiles, and my friends used to come to me and ask me about solutions, and I used to somehow find a way or take it to the technical guy and uh, find a solution to it. So that was somewhere growing in my mind somewhere. And then when I started my practice, I saw that it takes time to repertorize a case as a homeopath. It takes time to read the entire materia medica. So it's like couple of years went by. I started my practice in 2009, and then by 2011 or 12, I could purchase my first software, which was HomePath.
Okay.
So then I learnt about it a bit more, and then I got introduced to Synergy software because of the Other Song Academy, because of Dr. Rajan Shankaran. So I then developed a hands-on approach, and then it it started all falling in place, where how I learned about using the programs and how I could help others to know about this program.
Okay. Yeah, that's really true. That it saves a lot of energy of
Yeah,
us and time also, because
true.
earlier this is my experience is also same, that earlier I used to see cases and I used to repertorize in front of the patient, and it used to take at least half an hour for one case, because
True.
when we are doing manually it takes a lot of time. So it definitely saves your energy and time. And second thing, I want to ask you that what is the difference you see when you are practicing without softwares, and what is the difference now when you are using all the technical tools
Yeah,
that you
this is a
use?
good question, and I believe all the beginners who are new to the field of homeopathy should stay without the software also for some time.
Okay.
Why? Why? Because you will get the habit of knowing the books very well. You know, if you
Okay.
read a book, you will see something about something written about that remedy or about that rubric if you're reading a repertory, and if you're seeing a software, you are seeing only a part of it. So
Okay.
when you are trying to read a book and understand uh, your books very well, you will be a better learner, because you will see something which is, it's called reading between the lines. We all know that.
Yes.
So for 1 or 2 years, at least the intern or the homeopath should be with the books as much as they can. I see so many of the homeopaths who are currently so crazy about setting up clinics, which is good, but then they are also crazy about which software to buy, how to buy. Okay, you buy a software, I don't say no, but then you also read your books. You don't forget the touch of the books. You don't forget that you need to read between the lines, which you will get to know by reading those books.
Definitely.
So you should, even if you have the amount or the revenue, or the your parents are willing to fund you, no problem, you can take it. But also make sure that you go back to your home or your reading room, and you read those books which have so much knowledge. All those books are more than those number of books which you have in your library, in your physical copies. You may be having more the number in your software, but
Yeah.
at least whatever basic books you have, you master them the best way. Like Boric, like Ellen, like Boger. I had, if I tell you my story, in my internship I had uh, Boger synoptic key, and I was trying to repertorize cases, and Kent was so voluminous, it used to take time to uh, repertorize cases. So somehow I got some literature where how Boger synoptic key would help us in speedily solve the cases. And once I started doing that, I saw great results. So I thought that let me master Boger itself, and then for the 1 or 2 years till I got my software, till I got my laptop, I read Boger synoptic key through and through. I marked all the rubrics, I marked all the remedies up and down, in and out, and everything. Similarly, I did for Boric. Similarly, I did for Kent. Similarly, I did for Ellen. All those basic books, Tyler, Nash Therapeutics. So, and I had this one interesting habit of taking quotes from these authors, and try to write it down somewhere else, so that whenever I fall back in my practice, I can go back to those quotes and see them motivating me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So whenever I have an online webinar, or whenever I have some online session or some seminar or something, which where I have to go and share some ideas in some college, or where we go to teach software or different repertory sessions which we have taken in the last 2 3 years, we have
Yes.
always done this, where certain quotes are by certain authors. You don't read them when you are reading about remedy, but when you know that they are present and you read between the lines, you can present them well. What was the intention of the author?
Right, very true. And you also understand the author very well. You know why he is writing, how he is writing, and what is his method of practice and solving the case.
Yes. So that we can get to know very well when we are in good touch with the books, with the literature, And also parallelly we can use the software which will help us in speedy repertorization, which is the need of the hour for every homeopath, because they need to save time, they need to analyze from every master aspect which we have in our programs. So
Yes.
that's what is important for a homeopath.
Yeah, right. That's a very wise advice that, in early studentship, we should, get to learn from books. That's very
Yeah,
important. We shouldn't leave our books because the technology and softwares has come and they are easily accessible these days. Some apps are free, some softwares are free of cost available, and some are at very, discounted rates. And still,
yeah,
the books are books, finally. We should read
true,
them
true.
first
And you
and
were a
then
book person, you told yourself, so you must be knowing about how best it would serve us.
Yeah, yeah, I was a crazy one. So, you know, you changed my life because, when the software came, still I prefer reading books, but
Yeah,
I'm very happy with, balancing both of them because
yeah,
my time is more, saved right now, especially in
yeah.
solving the cases. So that helps a
Yeah,
lot.
so for solving the cases we can do that. But when we have to read a materia medica, like how we read one remedy after the other, it's preferable to read it from the book, because you can mark few things, you can add a few things, but in software it's not possible practically to do those things
Yes.
and keep it
So,
forever.
yes. So you are now the head sales director of Synergy Homeopathic India, which is a great software. I am also one of the user of it, and I have learned a lot of things from this software. So tell us about a little bit about Synergy Homeopathic.
Yeah, so this program was developed long back, like in 1986, by David Workington, and his mission was that since lot of homeopaths now, he knew he was a hobby homeopath, and he knew that he has to uh, he knows that lot of different homeopaths have different way of practicing homeopathy, so he wanted to include every author's methodology in the programs.
Okay.
So he first created Mac repertory, and then he thought that there should be a search engine which helps us search all the books, or whatever symptoms of the patient are there, from all the books that are available, whether it is from author A, author B, author C, author D, anything. And then he made reference works. So Mac repertory was first developed, and then he developed reference works. And slowly, as the program progressed in the 1990s and 95 and 2000, many things got added to it, and books got added, the authors got added, different methodologies got added. So the programs were the first to make the family graphs, the programs were the first to have those graphical presentations of different authors, and how those authors conceptualize in their clinic, that is also present in the programs. So now seeing it today after around 20-25 years, you have something which is like you have all the masters sitting with you in taking the case,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and that's why your analysis gets more stronger. So this has been a revolutionary program. There are many other programs also which we don't deny the fact that they have similar methodology, similar approaches. So like we see in homeopathy, there is individualization in each patient's case. There is individualization in the each program also. Some programs have some features better, some programs have other features better. It varies from the developer's point of view and what the development team consists of. For example, in Synergy Homeopathic, the development team right from 1986 till date have been homeopaths.
Okay.
So we know what a homeopath needs in his clinic, and
Yeah.
that's where it becomes intuitive. You have a program which tells you, okay, now you have to click here so that you'll get this. So it becomes intuitive for you that, okay, now I understand that I need to open this graph, open this analysis. I have to add this to my graph and uh, solve my case. So the homeopath sits with the programmer and tells that has to be done, and then he sees the result when the developer has made the program, and then it is given to the public to use. So everything is very closely monitored.
Okay. So according to you, what is the USP of Synergy homeopathic software?
So now this is a very interesting question, and we were going in the years of 2016 or 17. We were doing many seminars across different cities in India. We came to Indore, and different cities we kept going. So once it clicked me that why would a student watch our session on software? And then I thought, if if what we have is like a homeopathic Google, which is ReferenceWorks, if you see. So
Yes.
it's like if we had to reach a particular college to do a session, we had to see Google to reach the
Yes.
venue, to guide the cab driver if he is confused, etc., etc. So similarly, in using the programs, we need something which is Google, and ReferenceWorks was that perfect Google for us. It's a kind of a homeopathic Google. So whatever symptom the patient presents to us, we just type that or put that in the program, and we directly get the result from different authors. So that is the USP, I would say, which very well is known to many users so far we have, and also the newer people who would like to know about the program.
So when you say homeopathic Google, how it works? Just like the Google?
So yeah, so there are few keywords we need to type. So in Google, it's like a very layman approach. You can type anything, like today I was searching how to convert Windows 10 Pro to Windows Home version, something like that. So it's very basic. But in ReferenceWorks, what we have, we need to type the keywords of the case. For example, patient comes and tells me, I have pain in my ankle, there is swelling, there is redness, and when I touch the part, it pains a lot. So I can just type in the ReferenceWorks pain, swelling, ankle, and make a search. So I am just picking the keywords of the case. I am not typing the entire case. What happens in using repertory, the system is already indexed. It is already like a dictionary, and you need to know where things are placed to make a search. But in ReferenceWorks, we just randomly, out of the blue, if patient tells me a symptom and we put it in the program, it gives you a number of results, and that eases your task and takes you to the source book. So that is the USP, I would say.
Okay, okay. So tell me, I also use the Synergy software, and my favorite thing also to, search in ReferenceWorks when we don't get it in repertory or anywhere. So which is your favorite tool in Synergy itself?
Of course, ReferenceWorks, and I'll tell you one of the questions by our programmer long back, and I believe I had asked you all also, since you people have been handling the indoor department. So there was a question where the programmer asked us about how much percentage of Mac repertory are you using and how much percentage of ReferenceWorks. If you remember, we had taken up survey long back,
Yes.
and we conveyed, after analysis from many of the users and you all also, that there are around 60 to 70% usage of ReferenceWorks and 30 to 40% of Mac repertory. So that clearly implies that a homeopath wants to simplify things, and that is possible with ReferenceWorks.
That's great. Yes, it is very simplified actually. If you know the keywords of the case, it
Yeah.
becomes very easy to search everywhere. And one thing which I really like is that it goes beyond the repertory.
Yes,
because
that's the speciality.
because in most of the softwares I have seen, it is like you can search only in the repertory or materia medica. It goes to journals, and sometimes you can search in the internet also, like some rare remedies. I have tried that
Yeah,
tool
yeah,
which
yeah.
says a search in the internet. So that's a very good thing. Okay.
True.
So, um, like we all know, I have seen few of your videos. You're a homeopath. You are practicing since a very initial time of your internship, and
Yeah.
after internship, you started your own clinic in the kind of the sub-rural area sort of thing, where you have a lot of patients coming and all the acutes you are handling. You have a very busy
True.
practice. You also told in one of the webinar that you did not have a laptop initially, and later you bought it. So, what is your suggestion to the young homeopaths who are in the
So
same
I think
position, same situation?
I think yeah. So I think what the young homeopaths can do is that start where you are. Couple of days ago, we had a webinar on rare remedies, and I believe some of the viewers were there, and someone mailed me that sir, I have so and so books, and I don't have the expensive softwares, and where do I start? What do I do? So I just mailed her one simple thing that start where you are. I think a homeopath needs to do that only. Start where you are. If you have boric, you master boric like the back of your hand. You know how many hair strands are there, how many muscles are there, how many bones are there. Master it like that. So
Wow.
whatever young students are seeing this video, or maybe later on they will come back to this, they should they should master whatever they have. They should start with what they have, and then move on further to the higher. You graduate. You don't directly jump onto things. You graduate to it.
So
So
you
if
you
you
finish your junior college first, and then the graduation, then the PG,
yeah,
something like that.
nowadays people are directly jumping to PG and
Actually, there are
PhDs.
integrated courses these days,
Yeah.
the integrated MBA, the integrated MD kind of things.
So the best thing would be to start with what you have. Of course, if you have the revenue, if you have the finance, if you have your parents who would like to see you in good uh, good way, then you buy a software. But don't forget that you also have to start with what you books you have in your library.
And what do you think? How important it is to use all the technical tools and softwares available uh, in whatever way you are practicing? Like, is it very important or it's not that important? What do you say?
So, hello, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So what I feel is that I have seen both the phases where you don't have a program and you repertorize. I used to manually repertorize from Kent by writing all the remedy names and rubrics and all, and I used to do it for innumerable cases. And then when I got to know Boger Synoptic Key, it used to become simpler because we just mark a few things here and there in Boger Synoptic Key, and things move on further. So uh, when I got the laptop, things got simpler. I could analyze the cases faster. So what technology would do to your practice is it will help you analyze the case faster. It will help you reach the remedy faster. But as I said earlier, do master with whatever book that you have in your home, in your library. So that will help you connect with the patient at that moment to ask a few leading questions to confirm your remedy, or maybe take the case further in the relationship manner, or follow up criteria, or what needs to be given in the second and third visit, something like that. So technology will help you in analyzing faster, reaching the remedy faster. But then, of course, it's the decision of a homeopath to prescribe the medicine and then see the follow-up getting better and handle it further.
So it's not everything the technology. You have to balance and
Of course.
harmonize everything,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
especially in homeopathy.
Definitely, definitely. Because see, I will tell you one practical thing, and I believe if there are many homeopaths seeing this, they will understand. And I'll tell you how it came across to me. So I was looking after a particular region in Mumbai for the sale of software long back in the beginning days, and homeopaths used to question us one interesting thing. They used to ask us, where is the remedy filter in the program? Chili hot, ये क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है? Why we don't we see it? And then after a couple of questions and more number of people kept asking, I told them that, sir, in XYZ program, if you have a remedy filter, are you sure you are going to rely on it? Because the developer or the homeopathic doctor who has made that program has put a certain remedy in chili, but you feel that this remedy is hot.
Yes.
So your whole analysis will go wrong if you believe in that filter of a particular homeopathic program.
Right.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes.
So
And in-
it's
Yeah.
not important to depend entirely on the program. You can take it as a guide, as a lamppost.
Yes. True, because in homeopathy that we see that most of the remedies they have contradictory symptoms or both the
Definitely.
symptoms, like they are thirstless
Yes.
as well as thirsty. Sometimes they are left-sided, and sometimes in some symptoms they are right-sided, and sometimes they are chilly as well as hot. So it becomes little. You have to use human intelligence along with
So
the artificial
that
intelligence.
that takes us back to the USP of the programs Mac Repertory and Reference Works, which says that you can customize things according to your practice. You don't have to depend on the developer or the program. The programmer or the developer has given a program where you can customize things according to your practice, according to your way of seeing patients. You want this particular remedy to be chili, you can make a whole group of chili remedies, you can make a whole group of hot remedies. You don't have to depend on a particular program, and then your whole analysis goes wrong and your patient never gets better, and then you feel that your analysis was wrong. Perhaps your choice of using that filter was wrong.
Right. So it has to go hand in hand, both the
Yes,
things.
true.
And then it gives you the desired result or the maximum result, we say. Okay, great. So someone has asked in the comment box that, sir, for initial practitioners, for the students, which software is best and how to start with it?
Yeah, so I would like to share an interesting news that since the last 7 to 8 months or a year, we have been developing, our programmers have been developing a program which is integrated Mac Repertory, Reference Works, and Vital Quest. And soon we'll be having this program for students as well. It will be for around 3 to 5,000 rupees within that for 3 months.
Wow. Okay.
So it will have a few number of books like 5-7 repertories and some materia medica, and this will be a great starter pack for all the beginners who are looking for just an introduction to the world of softwares. They can use it for 3-5 months, and then they can slowly upgrade to the higher versions as their practice evolves.
Okay. Okay. So with that they can start their practice.
Yes, definitely, 110%.
Wow, that's a good news actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, someone has asked that that's little not related to our talk, but still, if you can answer, give some advice to the intern students that how to read materia medica and repertory.
Yeah, so for repertory, I would advise that I just a couple of days back I got a small cheat pad where I had written all the rubrics manually from the Kent repertory, from the Boger Synoptic Key. There were small booklets, you know how you carry in your small
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
So you write down those rubrics, you try to understand why those rubrics are present, what do they mean, refer a dictionary for their actual meanings, and try to uh, master understanding the rubrics from seeing the dictionary, from seeing the presence in the repertory, and then try to find a commonality. Like if you have a particular rubric and you correlate it with the remedy which is present in one rubric, and why is it present in two second rubric, like that. So you try to find a correlation between different rubrics where the same remedy is present, and maybe you may not understand in first instance, but as you keep on reading again and again, you will find a common thread running between the different rubrics. Like why you will have a rubric where it is written that phosphorus is affection and affection returns. So phosphorus is a person who will come to your clinic and he will tell you, hello doctor, there is a small kid who comes to me, how are you doing? And then I tell him something, then he replies back. So it's like a conversation going on, and he's so cheerful and he replies back. So he returns the affection what we give to him. So in this way, then you find the other rubrics of the case, and you see that the phosphorus exists in other aspects, areas also. And that's how you will study repertory. For Materia Medica, whatever book you have, I mean, people have LN, people have Boric. So you try to read all the remedies once if you can, like in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, whatever, and then you read only particular parts of the different remedies, like respiratory system from all the remedies, abdomen from all the remedies, stomach from all the remedies, something like that, on system wise.
Yes.
And that would maybe help you differentiate, because homeopathy is all about comparison. When you are analyzing the case, you are reaching the remedy, you will have to differentiate between two set of remedies, 5 set of remedies. So if you know this from your learning, it would become easier for you.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a lovely advice. Also, I want to know personally, I'm really interested to know your journey, since you are a homeopath since, from 2009, and then in 2012 you joined Synergy Homeopathic. So can you share your journey, from starting being a homeopath and now a sales director, a tech support guy, and marathoner, and you have started this homeopathic hub also. You're doing wonderful webinars, you're sharing your wisdom with people. So please share your journey so that we all
Yeah,
can learn.
so right. So I was a normal passionate homeopath when I started my practice, and then couple of years later, uh, as it is, I was friends with my colleague Dr. Gaurang since a long time, and then he introduced me to Synergy software, which he started using it back then. And then the team of Synergy Homeopathic were looking for people who could handle uh, the sales part, where they can uh, help homeopaths, where we can help homeopaths know about this program and uh, teach them about how to use and all. So I started my journey like a normal consultant who helps different homeopaths to understand how this program is and how you can customize things, and how as a homeopath you will analyze cases. And then as 1.5 year passed by, uh, things were really looking good for the management, so they gave us the charge of handling the entire India department. And since then I have been the sales director for India since 2014, December 2014. And then since the last year, there were some changes in the technical department, where some people were not willing to continue and there were some issues. So uh, then they asked me if I could handle some part of it. So it's not that I am directly involved with the Synergy users, but I have to guide the consultants, the dealers who are present all across the world, like in US, like in Europe, like in India, and I have to tell them if they are stuck up in some technical issue about what they could do to help start the program, or if a user wants to know about I'm not getting this particular repertory search or Materia Medica search, how do I do it? So those are the few things running in the background.
Okay, that's great. And how do you manage all these things together?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask myself in meditation.
Okay.
but but it all is like a flow of life, and if you are going with the flow of life, uh, I believe that we get we get all the things that we get are according to our capacity, and then we get some more things to do which are beyond our capacity. So once we get things which are beyond our capacity, those things will help you grow. It's not the things that you have and you stay with it and you continue staying with it, and then it's like a normal routine life you have. But if you have something which is way beyond your way beyond your daily activities, or something which is too large, too huge, you are stepping out of your comfort zone to fulfill those responsibilities, and perhaps that would help you grow as a person, or maybe help you know about how you need to handle different things, different multitasking, and go ahead.
Okay, great. Also, Dr. Alpesh, someone has asked, so can you please tell
Yeah.
us more about your favorite books? Like, you have already told Boger Synoptic Key was one of your favorite.
Boger
Can
Synoptic
you,
Key.
yes, few more that you can share?
Another interesting book which I feel is Nash Therapeutics of Homeopathics. Okay.
Okay.
This author, if you go back and read it, it's beautiful, because in each remedy that he mentions, he shares an anecdote, an incident which has happened with him. Like for example, in the remedy colchicum, he mentions very beautifully how this lady was dying, and he had come from another village to see this lady, and and he didn't have anything to analyze at that moment, and there were a lot of symptoms in that lady, like there was coldness in the abdomen, the smell of cooking food used to aggravate her, and she was like in a collapsed state, and there were around 50 to 60 stools which he had passed, and Nash had come from another town to see her, and he didn't know what to do. So he sat with the Materia Medica besides the bedside, and he started from A. Then he went through all the A remedies. He went in the Lipase Redline keynotes, he went through all the A remedies, he went through all the B remedies, and then luckily in the alphabet C, he found that colchicum matches this lady's picture.
Wow.
So he didn't have any second thought, because he thought if I would go further, I would get prejudiced.
Okay.
So this is where he mentioned in his remedy colchicum. If you read in Nash Therapeutics, so he gave colchicum, and he left back for his village, and he used to stay in another village far off, and he didn't have the uh, faith in the 200 potency also. So he had given 200 potency to the patient. They were practicing in low potencies that time. So he had multiple learnings in giving that remedy. One is of not getting prejudiced. One is not getting prejudiced with the low remedies. You have to give 200 potency, and you have to rely on whatever books you have at your hand. And then when he got the news on the second and the third day, some guy came from that village and told Nash that this lady has improved. He was on seventh heaven. So in this way, in each remedy he gives an anecdote, a small incident which inspires you. And similar, another book is Tyler Drug Pictures. So in Tyler Drug Picture, she has mentioned in World War II, 1940s, around 1942 or 44, there were bullet injuries to the soldiers of the United Kingdom Army Department. And Margaret Tyler was the homeopath for some of the senior colonel, and she had given them hypericum to be taken if they get injured. And whenever they used to get injured, they used to take hypericum, and they used to recover faster than the other soldiers who didn't take hypericum. That was the beauty of homeopathy, which he shares in each and every remedy. So if you have those stories going on with your materia medica, with your remedies, it becomes even more motivating.
Yes, right. True. Very nice. So, Tyler is one of my favorite also. It's a very, very
Yeah.
interesting book. I like Vermilion
Yeah.
also. Vermilion also,
Okay.
gives some examples like this in his books. So, it's wonderful. Also, Dr. Alpesh, I am sure that many of our viewers, and also I have seen many of your posts about your marathons and your
Yeah.
running schedules across the country, and recently in Turkey and abroad also. So how is your experience of being a runner and going for the marathons?
So this is quite interesting because on Instagram I post only my fitness related and nothing else
Yes.
most of the times,
Most
90%
of
of the
the
times.
yeah.
And I believe that after 2-3 years into my practice, this was not a long passion. This has been since the last 3-4 years. And after few years into my practice, like from 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, so it was becoming a kind of a sedentary life. I used to go to the gym, I used to stay fit as I wanted to be, but it was not kind of motivating because it became quite sluggish, or it became quite how do you say, plethoric in your homeopathic temperament, or your homeopathic literature we have. It's phlegmatic or plethoric, something like that. So you become quite dull, or you become something is not exciting, And then I got introduced to marathons. For this also, I would like to tell that Gaurang was a motivator for me, because he thought we should, do something out of the box.
Oh
So
wow,
I went,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
So I went for a marathon with him and one of my another colleague, Aniket, to Pune, and we also had a session with the Synergy users there. So we planned things together, and then it was a great time. I mean, we just ran 10 kilometers, but it was enlightening. It was like feeling fresh, or your rebirth. You had a birth again. You are so fresh, you are so alive. And then I thought that this would, kind of, let's keep it rolling, and let's see how far we can go. So I kept doing it more often. Like now, I may not post every day, but it's a thing which I have on my to-do list, where I need to go and do some activity for myself. So in spite of the busy life which you asked me just a few minutes ago, you need to have me time.
Yes.
So that me time is for me from morning when I wake up at 5:36 or whatever time, to the time I finish my workout. That me time is like you focus your entire energy on what uh, what motivates you, what brings energy to you, and then you are set for the entire day. Whether there are multiple things in your schedule for the day, or whether there are many appointments, Skype sessions, meetings with the management. It can be anything, but what you have done in the me time has to keep yourself up for the entire day.
Yes, I
And
remember when
that's
when I
what,
came for this ABC seminar. I guess 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago, and that
yeah,
day, on the first day, there was Mumbai Marathon, and you were the
Yes.
sole organizer of this whole event where 1,000 or 1,200
ABC,
participants were
yeah, ABC
there,
Homeopathy.
and you finished your marathon and you came there. It was so motivating to see you. You must remember that I came outside and I said, "Aapne finished kar liya." It was really good. So
Yeah.
we know that you're a very passionate runner. That's great
So
to
I
see.
would suggest that for others also, if it helps you and if it keeps you strong and energetic for all the activities which you have in your entire day, you should have your me time. It can be anything. Me time doesn't mean that you just go and run or you have a marathon or you have a whatever. It can be anything. It can be your gym session. It can be your yoga session. It can be your painting. It can be your any me time.
Yeah, right. That actually recharges us to
Definitely,
go keep going on. Yeah.
definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much, and it was a very wonderful session. Wonderful talking to you.
Definitely, I am. It was my pleasure, and I thank you to have this interesting talk, which is like not so much explored, especially about the technology. So I hope it
Yes.
inspires people to connect with technology in good terms, not get addicted to it, but take some help, some guidance from it, and keep the things rolling as the flow of life turns out to be.
Yeah, like you said that this balance is very important, this harmony is
Definitely,
very important. Being a tech guy, and being a person who's using technology each day, whether it is running or gymming or whatever, we all use gadgets, and you personally, you're using it so
definitely,
well, and you're helping so many people, and if it comes from you, that definitely adds more wisdom and more value to the words, that we have to harmonize things, we have to go in the balance, and that's important these days, because sometimes it happens, people like me who are completely either techno handicapped, and people like few people, we are very very techno friendly and very tech savvy, who go totally for technology. So we have
yeah.
to create the balance somewhere. That's very important. Thank you so much for joining,
Okay.
and thank you that you have hosted our live actually today. We couldn't do that. So it was nice talking to
Pardon?
you, Dr. Alpesh. You hosted this live today because because of the tech problems. Okay, so
All
thanks
right.
a lot. Thank you so much.
Bye
And
bye.
I hope we'll do this session, this type of session very soon
Sure.
again.
Definitely.
You-
Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Hello, Dr. Alpesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one request. Please download this video once it ends. You have to download it
Yes, yes, yes.
so that we
Okay,
can
I
put
will.
it on IGTV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bye.